All right, then. Well, welcome everybody. Today is, as you guys can see, our series finale, the last Ask Me Anything, um, for the near future, anyways. This was definitely just kind of made out of on a whim with me and my supervisor, Erin, and we were like, people might like it. And I'm glad you guys are all here to join. Um, Okay, so please join me in welcoming Chance Bud Colombe. He is our agriculture manager with Chungaco, and he'll be visiting with us today about the one and only Wolakota Buffalo Range. So I will let you, Bud, start off by introducing yourself. And for the viewers here that don't know, go ahead and tell us what you do and what your team does. And yeah, we'll start it off there. So go ahead and take it away, bud. Unmute you first. There you go. I think I can. You might have to do it on your end. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Chance Bud Colombe. I am a member of the Rosebud tribe. I grew up here locally. I am the agriculture manager for Sakanjuko. And with that being said, I oversee the Wolakota Bison Range along with our irrigated farm pivots. So I'm kind of split in between the two. I think you're muted, Brandy.
There you go. Then do you have any other team members with you at Wolakota right now or with the farm that you want to shout out?
Yes, yes, ma'am. We have Kobe Jessica Hagan, and she is right on maternity leave at the moment, and so she'll be returning to us, I believe, in mid-November. But as it is right now, we have Chase Yellowhawk, and he's our ranch hand at Wolakota. He's a talented young man, and we're very lucky to have him. And then we have a few other local tribal members that are assisting us right now with the Wolakota project, just on temporary work. And Craig Valandra is one of them. And uh, Anthony Lucero is another member. They right now we're all working together, and all of them play an important role on the day to day happening at the ranch.
So what is it that you guys do out there on the ranch? Like kind of what does a regular day at Wolacota look like?
It is always eventful. Uh, One thing you could be sure is our relatives out there, the bison, and we're on their schedule. And right when you think that they want to do one thing, they do another. But the main concern, and I think the biggest thing on the ranch is to make sure they are in good grass, they have good water, and the fence is up. It's kind of the day to day.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't even want to think about what would happen if one of you guys' fences like blew away or broke down or a buffalo got into it. My gosh, trying to chase all those buffalo out there in the middle of nowhere.
You, you
Uh,
know, for the most part, they walk around peacefully, and
believe it.
when you're driving through them or you're around them, it's definitely their show, and
Oh,
what I mean, we're just characters in their story.
I
They
love that. Yeah, they're
they
just
kind of
wild buffalo.
yeah, but they mind their own business.
Mhm.
They're peaceful animals.
Mhm.
They it is really neat to be around them, and they uh, they communicate to each other. They
Oh
have
yeah.
this they have this sort of grunt when you're sitting out there with them in the prairie, and they kind of there's this grunt that goes back and forth, and it's hard to say, but you can almost feel it.
Oh yeah. They're communicating.
Yeah, yeah, they're communicating, and with
Um,
everything else, they have their own families. So
mhm.
there's groups that are around each other, and I mean, they're kind of just spread out, and just like us here, they're all living amongst each other.
Yeah. I love that. It's like a whole different world, their own little world going on out there.
It is, and it is really a addictive atmosphere
Mhm.
to be in and around them every day. There's a sense of
Yeah.
feeling that just kind of it's hard to explain, but
Mhm. Yeah. It's like a world that everybody just wants to be a part of. Probably not welcome by them for too long, I assume, but yeah, yeah. But well, Bud, what brought you to this work specifically with the Wolakota Buffalo Range?
I'm gonna say range management and getting to be a part of a larger scale regenerative ag process. So range management is something that I've done throughout my whole life. It's something I worked really hard on, and being able to be on site and getting to see the healing take process, not just through a story, but through my own eyes.
What brought you to the work with Shichunguko as a whole? I know you were here before me.
Yeah, I've only been here a year,
Oh,
but
so about the same.
yep, yep. If I'm gonna be honest, and I'm always honest, my sister pushed me.
Sure.
Yeah, my sister
Yeah.
started pushed me. Most of the I think good things I have in life, I've had my sister pushing me along the way.
Yeah, she knew you'd be a great fit because didn't you come on as agriculture manager?
Yes, ma'am. Yep, yep.
Okay.
The job was posted, and it's something that is really close. I get it's my passion, I guess. Needless to say, I'm always I'm always trying to do what's best for the land, and this was an opportunity for me to take some of what I have learned throughout my life and kind of bring. If I could say it one way, is I've learned the most in life from failure. So this is a way where I got to bring my failures and attribute to the company and the project.
Yeah, nice. Um, it's probably an off-topic question, but how would you describe or like define the word agriculture? Because I mean, the people are hopping in from all over the place, some in the cities, some not in the cities, and maybe it was taught in middle school and I just don't remember the exact definition. But how would you describe like agriculture, especially in a setting like the Wolakota Buffalo Range?
I'm gonna say it's the bond between land, animal, and human.
Okay. So you
Would
care a lot about animals
I
and the
do?
land. Exactly. Yeah.
It's my two favorite things for sure.
Yeah. And it all works in harmony. Like I assume if we lose the land, then you of course lose the people and the animals and so on and so on. And I think at some point in this meeting, we should definitely get into what you know about the changing of the lands since the buffalo have gotten there. I've heard a little bit about it in the time I've been here at Shichunguko. I know Aaron knows a lot about it. Like they've conducted studies of the land before the buffalo were put there. And then they've conducted studies of the land after the buffalo were put there. And I was told that it's been like miraculous. Like it usually takes a lot longer for the land to really regenerate and become healthy.
Yes.
And I heard it's going well, isn't it?
Yes. Did you want me to answer that right now?
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to jump into anything you know about that, that's like amazing. I think we want to have a newsletter about that all in like in and of itself. That's like great information. So I don't
Yes.
know what you would think about.
Well, so and I've only been on for a year, so I can't speak for, but I'm able to see the reports since 2020. Now Wolakota Range is formerly Mustang Meadows. It was at 1,050 pounds per acre on an average across the 28,000 acres. And with our last report from last year, we're still working on this year's. It was at 2,250. So within those 3 years, the land has started to heal itself. And sometimes us as humans want to take the credit, and we think we know everything. But Mother Nature and the animals know the best. And so, without being, without knowing all the scientifics behind what the buffalo do, from my understanding, is it boils down to even how they eat the grass. So now, when a cow eats grass, they pull the root, and the bison eat it in a way where it's less damaging to the root. Their
Hmm.
saliva is supposed to have healing sources in it that is good for the plants. The bison eat less desirable plants that cows usually, we call, just layman's terms in a ranching, we call them candy grasses. And these are the grasses that are most desirable. They hold the most nutrition. And that's usually the ones the cows go after. Well, the bison will eat the leafy broadleaf, they'll eat the less desirable plants, which has given the ground a little bit more of
Like they get those nutrients instead?
yeah, well they so the bison rumen will actually turn that less desirable plants into proteins.
Oh, okay.
So they don't just stick to one area also. If there's a 4,000 acre pasture, those bison are gonna roam that 4,000 acres
At
and
all. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's
and
different than cows too, huh?
yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm an old cowboy, but I can't blindly see that I can't blindly say that I don't see the difference of since I came on. When the bison walk, they kind of turn up the ground, and so it kind of aerates it. Where your cow is kind of like a whacker packer, is what you could say. So it stomps the ground. Uh,
Oh.
from what I've seen and the little bit I know, that they're healing that ground that was once damaged by cattle operations.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, so there was cattle out there at Mustang Meadows then. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and then now it's the buffalo. Oh,
Yep,
nice.
yep. I
Nice.
think it would have been a cattle operation up till 2020.
Oh, okay. So straight off, huh? Hmm. But yeah, I'll have to have another conversation because I think Aaron knew the most about those, but I'd love to like get into that conversation and share it with not only everybody here, but like all of our supporters because that's like really cool. Like that's good information. I had no idea that that was like a thing when he first brought it up. I was like, Buffalo do that? Buffalo heal the land? Like, could they get any better?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Do you have something recent that's happened with the range? Like even sometime this year, or something with the range that you'd want to share, something that like you're really proud of or excited about?
Right now, where our main focus is just hard work. Where we tore out some older cattle fence that was aligned with our riparian area. That was how can I say it? Lack of a better word, it was enabling not only not so much our bison, but our actual natural wildlife too. We got several animals out there besides bison. So the last couple months, we've just been bearing down. We're getting our water structure really put into place. We're getting wells redid, and the best way for range management, the thing that enables it the most is water source. So you could have all the fence you want, but unless you have an adequate water source that allows the animals to get a full cycle of the pasture, you're always going to have areas that are damaged more than others.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, that's cool. You guys have like throughout the whole range, because of course it's huge. You guys are trying to make sure to have water for the buffalo in each different parts.
Yes, ma'am. Each pasture needs to have adequate water sources throughout, and not just in one area.
Mhm.
Because when you think about 1,000 bison drinking, when you think about a water source, you got to think about how much a bison drinks a day. Then you take
Um,
that times 1,000, and then past that, we need to have a surplus of water just in case any unforeseen things happen with electrical pumps, all of the above.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know exactly how many buffalo we have out there right now?
Right now, without the 2024 calf crop counted,
Mhm.
we're going to be around 1,000 head of
Around 1,000?
grazing animals.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Do you know if there was any babies born this year? Were there any calves this year?
Yes, yes, there's plenty of calves, but
Yeah, I thought so.
yeah, yeah. But to be their calving process is kind of they do it on their own accord and they don't need our help.
Yeah. Yep.
So until maybe this fall, we'll have a better projection of what our 2024 calf crop looks like.
Yeah, I think here on my computer I still have. I think it was the beginning of this year. Because they usually birth their calves like in the springtime, if I remember correctly, or like the end of winter time or something. Don't they have like a specific, or are they just kind of anywhere throughout the year, like humans?
No, ma'am. So actually, with bison, their gestations are what could I use a better word for this? Their cycles for breeding is based
Mhm.
off of protein.
Oh,
So they cycle when the protein in the grass is at its highest. So therefore,
okay.
we don't need to pull bulls because when that protein falls out in the fall, they won't cycle anymore.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but based off your regular cattle operations, you got to pull bulls to keep your calving in a
Mhm.
certain time. Bison do it on their own accord. Once that protein leaves the grass, the cow will stop cycling. Therefore, it, you so they have their own set calving, and it's based off of Mother Nature, not off of us.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really nice. I just remember, I think it was the beginning of the spring or something like that. We got sent like a video of a calf being born and like its first like steps, and it was just all wiggly legs and cute. Maybe if we have some time at the end, I'll share my screen and see if I still have it on my computer because that's so cute. A little born like newborn calf. It was just like red hair and it was all wobbly legs like a giraffe.
They're
Cuddled by
really
its mama.
they're really
Yeah,
resilient too. So like
yeah.
it's not long after their kind of wobbly leg, they are up and fully mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it went straight to like feeding off its mom. And that mom was tall too. I was like, oh my goodness, that little baby like fell from way up there with its little fragile bones, got right back up with its wobbly legs, and then now it's like feeding on its mom. I was like, oh, it's beautiful. You're right. Resilient is definitely a word to use. Um, and after that question, as some of the viewers probably already know, I like to go kind of like the other side. So I asked you something recent that you're most proud of. Is there something like within your work or within the range that kind of like keeps you up at night? Is there something that you wish you can like change or something that you're really like working hard on? Yeah, anything like that?
uh,
Obstacles?
I'm a hard one to ask that because no matter what work I'm doing, it keeps me up at night.
Same.
I like to work 18 hours a day, so
I know.
I stay busy. So there's always something. Nothing specific. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Whatever keeps me up at night. The next morning, first thing I'm going to be working on it.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. I'm like that too. You know I was up late on Teams.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
getting work done. Yeah, we're getting work done. We're definitely for the betterment of the people in the Buffalo. Well, is there anything out on the range that let's put it this way, mostly because like I'm like the money gal, like I work a lot with like the grants and fundraising. Let's put it this way, like if somebody with like a ton of money was like, I'd love to make a donation to the Buffalo Range to do whatever you want, like what can I put money towards? Is there anything that like you'd really want to change within the Buffalo Range? Or any obstacles that the Buffalo have had or like you workers have had and you're like, well, yeah, like we can put money towards this. Like we definitely want this. A want, not a need.
A want, not a need. You know,
Oh,
one want. This is a bad question to ask me because I just now thought of 15 things.
hmm.
But one that I'd put over the others would be a drone.
Oh, nice.
Being able to, there's 28,000 acres,
Mhm.
and it's the sand hills. It's heavy terrain,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
being able to get an eye in the sky without needing to bother the relatives more than necessary, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I remember, I think marketing's coming out to see you at some point with their drone. Just still theirs. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. Yeah, I think Chun said he's gonna come out and take pictures. Just feel like just leave this here. I can do so
yeah,
much more with it. But I'm excited for those pictures too. I always having marketing go out and see the range is always nice because that just means more pictures to share with everybody. And maybe if we do get that newsletter together, we can share definitely updated pictures and stuff.
yes, yes,
But
definitely.
nice. But do you remember what your second thing was besides the drone? Water wells?
Yeah, more wells.
Yeah.
More water wells, definitely.
That's a good one. Look, Cornelius has a question. By the way, he dropped it in the chat. If any of you guys or anybody else here has a question, always feel free to drop it in the chat. You definitely don't have to wait for the end or anything. We'll ask Cornelius's now. He said, "Do the bison contribute economically to the tribe?"
You know that's a there's more than one answer to that, and it matters on what you're going to value economics as. So
Mhm.
I think anytime a bison feeds a family, it is uh, it is giving economics to the tribe. Would be my answer to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's you always got to make money, but to make money with a purpose would be the is how I would put it. So and I don't think and not only is it contributing through meat to the community, but it is also contributing to giving back to our lands and repairing them. So it just matters how you value economics.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. And I know, I mean, I'm pretty sure if people were to ask you, you're always willing to share more information about that or share more information about the buffalo as a whole. Um,
Any,
and all of us here at Shichunguko are always happy to share like the traditions and backgrounds and spiritual side of the buffalo as well to any tribal members, not just people working with Shichunguko. So
yes,
a
ma'am.
lot of different, yeah, a lot of
If,
different ways that that could be.
if I answered that correctly.
Yeah. And he also said, would you explain the process of harvesting the bison for human consumption? That's a nice topic to get into.
Yes, for sure. So it's,
Harvest.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just said harvest. I don't know. Do all of us call it harvest? I know some people don't like that term of harvesting the buffalo, but for the
Yeah,
sake of
yeah.
communication, we could say that.
Yes, yes. Could you repeat that question for me
Yeah.
one more time?
Would you explain the process of harvesting the bison for human consumption?
Okay, well, there's going to be lack of a better word for harvest. Uh, there's going to be a couple different avenues for that. You know, we do our community harvest, and that's when members of the community come out, work as a team, and we harvest the bison, package it, and it goes back into the communities. Uh, does he want a breakdown of how it's done?
I think so, and I think it'd be nice just to like hear about it as well, because I know it's amazing to hear a lot about like the prayer that's done beforehand and afterhand and during and stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So before a harvest, there will be a NEPI with the members involved. The morning of the harvest, a member will go out and the bison will, what's the word I'm looking for? The bison will announce itself. It'll put itself out there. And once the bison is harvested, there's a prayer said there, and tobacco is put out. And then it is, we go back to the main campus and prayer and a little bit of talk throughout everybody will start then. And then from there, it's going to be how could I put this? It'll be what's the word I'm looking for, Brandy?
I don't know.
It was about coming together as a community and teaching those who haven't been there yet.
Okay.
So everything is done the way it used to be, just with knives. So
Mhm.
the the organs will come out, or the hide will come off. The organs will come out. Uh, there'll be a group of people on the skull. That'd be deskinning the skull. And then just everybody kind of fills in. It'll be quartered up. There'll be a station for knives, people sharpening knives. There'll be a packaging station. There'll be a station for meat cutting. And I guess that's probably the best I could explain it. You know, more or less, it's about a community coming together for an end result, and the end result is getting food to those who need it.
Yeah, I think I was there the day that the last harvest happened, in July. I don't remember what that one was for. It might have been for like the school or something, or maybe FSI. I don't know. But FSI was there, and I was there in the very beginning. And yeah, it is really nice. Like everything's all like nice and set up and organized and clean and
They're uh,
yeah.
they're, they're amazing to be a part of.
Um,
That's for sure. It's good to see elders, youth, and everybody else kind of come together.
I actually had to, during that time in July, I actually dropped off one of our donors' sons who was interested in it. And some funders were interested in kind of just being there to take part. So
I think I remember him.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
like really tall and skinny and light skinned.
yeah, he was a good kid.
Yeah, yeah.
I really enjoyed working with him. He's a good kid.
Yeah, his dad was a yeah, you remember meeting him. His dad is a really really nice donor. He's one of our major donors, and his son came to visit and in hopes that he really liked us, and I'm glad he did. So, anyways, though, we have other questions, Bud. We better keep on rolling. Jennifer said, is there a way to expand our bison market for off-res tribal members? So, like how to expand bison off-res, as in the healing of the land. She said she's in Florida. She said, here in Florida, we have bison at Payne's Prairie. Our bison relatives are healing the land here too. That's nice, Jennifer. So is there a way to expand our bison market for off-res tribal members? Are you talking about the bison we have here, Jen? Are you talking about bison as a whole? Oh, the bison we have here. Um, Maybe. What would you think? A way to expand our bison here, the market for off-res tribal members. I mean, we can probably, if requested, just like how, because aren't community members here allowed to like pay for or ask for a harvest of our buffalo? Like, can't we like harvest one of our buffaloes if they like pay for it or something?
Yes, ma'am. You can.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I assume off-res tribal members can probably do the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No,
We
I agree.
probably should, yeah, we probably ship them the meat or the bones or whatever it is they want.
Yep.
Yeah, I would assume so, Jen. If you want to expand a little bit more on that or get more specific, feel free to message. But and then Patrick said Makoche held a harvest yesterday and seeing the youth and schools involved was great to see. Yes. Yes, that is nice, especially the youth. Have you ever got to witness any like younger youth participating in a harvest before, Bud?
Yes. A couple of the schools have been part of the harvest, and it's definitely really encouraging to see the younger generation getting in there and
Yeah,
doing their part. It's definitely something to enjoy.
yeah, for sure. And that you're talking about our kids at the immersion school?
Yes, yes.
They came.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
love
Are
to
you
see that too.
the dormitory had one?
Oh, they had theirs.
Even on some of the other local harvest, people would bring their kids, and for me, that's what it's all about. Definitely is our future generation, and we got to pass down teachings, especially ones
Yeah.
that kind of got lost in between those who had it before and the generations we have now.
Hmm.
Because you know, a lot of people uptown right now don't know it, but their grandfathers were in agriculture, whether it be harvesting animals, hunting, vice versa, crop. So it's nice to see younger generations get back into agriculture.
Yeah, I'd probably cry if I seen you helping with the buffalo harvest. I probably would. I'd be like, oh my God, back to the olden days, passing it on, like we're doing what we say we're gonna do. Yeah, I'd probably cry. But that's really nice. I'm definitely excited for the next one that we can have youth involved. And we have another question from Jen again, Jen from Florida. She said, if a young man, her son, who is looking for hard work, wants to do work with bison, how does he do so? He prefers South Dakota to Florida. Are you
Well, you
hiring? Just kidding.
know, moving forward, it just to keep up with us. Moving forward, we're going to have a lot of more opportunities for workforce development with younger generations and apprenticeships, and we have a lot in the making that is going to offer more opportunities.
Yeah, nice. And as South Dakota as a whole, I mean, we are the largest native managed bison buffalo range in the world, but there's other like bison ranches and buffalo ranges and stuff within South Dakota too, right? I know the tribe has a few buffalo. Do they still have buffalo, the tribe as a whole?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know about SGU. I don't remember if the university here does, but
They still have a herd themselves.
yeah, so nice. Yeah, definitely plenty of options, Jen. If he wants to come on up, I guess I'd say if he's all the way down in Florida. What is something you're most looking forward to in the future with the Wolakota Buffalo Range? Any
Uh,
exciting news or beans
we
to be spilled?
yeah, sure. We will have the opportunity to be doing some GPS tagging, and so we'll have a database at Wolakota that, and the GPS tags won't be in the means of tracking, more or less of for range management. We're gonna take a step back because humans usually think we know it all. And it'd be good to, we're going to have the opportunity for the bison to tell us how they're using each pasture, what they need, maybe at certain times of the year, what they're going to the most, what area. So if they're in one area more than others, we'll be able to look and see what grass is growing there, what plant life. It's just gonna for the range management aspect, it's gonna give us a whole new leaf to turn over, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, nice. Are you guys hoping to have that like sometime next year? Have that
Yes,
up and going?
yes, ma'am.
Nice. Oh, that'd be really nice. That's exciting. Um, And I guess to kind of like wrap up any of my starter questions, if anybody else here live has any of the questions you want Bud to answer, go ahead and continue to drop them in the chat. Otherwise, my last starter question is basically, is there anything else about the Wolakota Buffalo Range that you'd want to share with the people that'll be watching this recording or the people that are here today? Anything else come to mind?
No, I just you know, I guess one thing I could say is the support that has been given that is allowing us to not only bring back the bison, but allowing us to help us rejuvenate the land that we depend on. There's been several people that have been in on this project, and they all hold a vital role in and out of Sakanjiko. And not only that, all the support that's given in the Sakanjiko building with all the employees. It's overwhelming that uh, everybody cares about this project as much as they do. And I guess not much I want to say, but thank you to everybody for helping and allowing us get to where we're at and where we're going.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very true. It's hard to work for Shuchungaku and not support or love the Wolakota Buffalo Range. Like I wish we can put our offices down there somewhere. Like it is a very powerful place and it is amazing. Amanda said, "What is your greatest challenge faced in doing this work with our Tatanka relatives?"
Uh, I'm gonna say probably the greatest challenge would be myself, thinking I know more than Mother Nature.
Oh yeah,
So I
I
got to keep
believe.
myself in check and trust Mother Nature.
Yeah, for sure. Trust Mother Nature and the buffalo. They do tell us like or show us time and time again that they know better than us, right?
Yes, they do, and for me, they're one.
That reminds me of just not too long ago when we had some other donors down to visit. Somebody brought it up. Do you remember when we had that like really horrible blizzard, that like really crazy winter? And the snow was like so high over fences that we had buffalo walking around in Rosebud, like in town, in people's yards and like in stuff. Yeah,
I
and they like just left everybody alone.
I love those photos. Those are the greatest photos
Yeah.
ever. I believe it was
Just
walking
yeah.
down
Yeah,
from.
it's like buffalo in people's yards and just walking across fences. And like, I was like, we were just like living like the olden days.
Well, you know, I think we forget that this is theirs just as much as it is ours.
Mhm. Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's sad we have to put them around fences like this day and age, but live like seeing those photos and like being around that was definitely amazing.
yeah. And you know, even though we have them in fences, there's a good way to do things. And us doing the best we can for the range management. We got to always make sure they have everything they need.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we'll do one more question. It looks like came in. How can the community and community members support you and our Tatanka relatives?
You know, the biggest one is with prayer. Just you know, prayer and good words, and that I guess that would be my answer to that.
Yeah. And the one thing that came to my mind was probably support. I mean, they with even all of you guys like on this live, like caring to learn more and listen about the Buffalo Range.
Yeah.
Support. Even you guys can go on and tell your friends and learn something about Buffalo today.
Well,
So
I'm a qualified support as prayer this time.
yes, yes, for sure, for sure. But yeah, well, I think we can wrap that up, Bud, if you want. I think
Okay.
everybody's good to go. We'll wrap up the day. My laptop may or may not be dying. We'll call it good. So
Thank
thank
you.
you everybody for joining. Thank you so much, Bud, for being here for the season finale or series finale or whatever we want to call it for the Ask Me Anythings. And I'll definitely miss you guys. All of our people have been showing up for every Ask Me Anything. We'll have to keep you guys in the loop if any more fun stuff comes up and if you guys miss me too. But otherwise, yeah, I think we're good to go. We'll let you carry on with your day, Bud, and
You have a good day.
see y'all later. You have a good day too. Okshaw, everyone.